EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Denver Broncos.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
2 one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. When you look at this Bronco defense, they're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I don't see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it. I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the first down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
They'll run first down with Hubbard. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
2nd and 11. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Let's go. A give up the middle, Hubbard. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Come on.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who is that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. If you look at this Bronco defense, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it up. And the Broncos are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
Looking to put a drive together. Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Harvey. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now it's Nix. He'll try and do this himself. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Fielded just inside the 30. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
This one to the former Bronco. It's Noah Fant. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That'll give him 8 that time. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Ready.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here we go. Set. 7. Hot 70. Fastball 80. Straight. Ready.
They'll look to throw here. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they've been seeking.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Panther 60. Panther 60.
Here's the option. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
19.
They're going to look to throw. That's complete to Chuba Hubbard. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Okay, quick.
The 6-yard line.
Come on.
They'll look to throw. They'll run the screen with Hubbard. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
18 Cardinal.
Hubbard will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rush is just too off on your pick.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Romeo Doubs, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Panthers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Broncos nothing. Chad Ryland to kick off.
So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Once more with Harvey. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. This is taken at about the 14. We'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Ready.
They'll look to throw. This is Fant on the short completion. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready, ready.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
On the ready.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Back to throw again. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? So a big play there on 4th, and now 1st and 10 at the 30.
Cowboy 80.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
Chad Ryland to kick off.
10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
31-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
2nd and 10. Nick's going to give to Harvey. And he'll scratch out only about a yard after the 32.
And that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, a run with Harvey. They'll get this down to the 38.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they go with Harvey. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. They run straight ahead with Harvey. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there, just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On the give, it's Harvey. And once again, he'll get possibly back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 9. To throw, here's Nix. Throw left side, complete. That's Sutton. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton from 10 yards out. And the Broncos have cut it back within a score. What's good on the extra point? And that'll cut it to 3 and 10-7.
Broncos 7. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
First and 10.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This is really impressive because when the offenses are running RPOs, things move very quickly. Fake, ball's out of his hands, and they're trying to hit him in the gaps downfield. And instead, the defender reacts so well that he makes a play on it, and the ball falls incomplete.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Well, they run the option on 2nd down. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The offense on 3rd down, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He'll try and do this himself. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. And he gets us inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. So there the defense denies the rookie of his potential first career touchdown.
And his first NFL touchdown celebration. I wonder if he's thought about it, if he has something cooked up in his head as he worked on with his team, and think about the celebration back home when he finally scores his first touchdown.
You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. We'll see what he does.
Well said, sir. Well said.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is third and inches. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a first and goal as they get the conversion there on third and inches. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to lose yardage here.
And as this drive began, the offense had to be thinking touchdown, knowing the situation. Even after that loss, touchdown still on their minds. This is a one-possession game. A field goal doesn't do them a whole lot of good.
Ready?
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got it third and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away.
Seven Pirates. Let's go. 60 Eagles. 60.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to swell the lead to 6. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
On the ground, it's Harvey to start the drive. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete.
seconds.
He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They'll look to throw. Gets it underneath. Here's Harvey. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Nice, well-coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
At the 44-yard line.
Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
A little less than 40 seconds remaining. Here comes 2nd and 10. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. This is 1st and 10.
That's good for a Broncos.
He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harvey. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Here's 1st down.
10 at the 19-yard line.
Back to throw. And he's got it. And he's in for the touchdown. And barring a miracle, the extra point can win this football game.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right. Just one more element to complete the victory. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Back to throw. And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
16 yards. 1st down, Panthers.
Well, going to be tough to get 2 plays out of this. This could very well be it.
Cowboy 80. Ready.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Drop 60, drop 60.
They'll look to throw again. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity. hoping they can find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for the Broncos, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week for a date with a new